leaves. They are so pretty. Look at the crystal icy things. Cute.
These are called red windbur, and that is the nicest apple.
And that's the red windbur.
Yes. So you can see when somebody's really excited about something, you get a really strong positive feedback, and if they're not, then you get a negative feedback, kind of there's no energy in there. So again, it's more listening and then building on that. So I go through that cycle quite a few times. This is the orchard, the beginning of the orchard, and these birch trees are what Mark and I called a transition point. So when we were using our process work skills to help design the garden, we walked very slowly from one end to the other and used what we call body dowsing. So orchard that I wanted to create was based on Martin Wolf's farm, but when I got here I couldn't quite see how to fit it in this long thin site. And so again I used process work techniques, and I have to put a picture of it in there, but I captured something called a flirt. So again it's dropping into the unconscious, and caught a flirt, a picture of a bud, and the bud, a very tight bud, kind of has the petals wrapped, when you cut it in half, it has the petals tightly curled into each other. So I drew that on a bit of paper, and on the top of it I drew our site, and it gave me this design. So what we've done is these are like the petals curling in, and I call these. When kids come here on visits, it's a great place to have a den, and of course we get a nuts yield off it as well, and we eat the nuts. And at the end of each row I stuck a elderflower, so again I harvest that and we make elderflower cordial, about £500 worth a year. So they're very multifunctional, but obviously the main reason for them is that they are a windbreak. But they're also very psychological in this orchard, because it's so long and thin, that we've created these sort of pockets with these arms. So within each pocket there is a polyculture of fruit. So we have, in this area here, we have 2 types of plum, 2 types of raspberries, blackcurrants, gooseberries and blackberries. What I've done is I've organised them into what I've come to call harvest zones. So we're picking at the moment in the glass house in the tunnel, and we've just started picking outside, so we're sort of picking in this area in June. We'll be picking here in late July, early August, in this bit here, and then we're picking in this section in the middle of August to the beginning of September. And then as we go up the orchard, we have again these polycultures of usually 4 varieties of fruit, so we go all the way up the orchard till we get to October. So I've just pulled back the mulch, and you can see I can just take a handful of soil, and the soil structure over these 10 years has just become phenomenal. You shouldn't really be able to do that without a spade. So again, the health of the soil here, just with this technique of mulching and mulching and mulching again, seems to have done it with power of good. Over a 10-year period, the soil, the phosphate and the potash levels in the soil have risen considerably, hugely, so they've more than doubled. So the phosphate level in the soil is now at index 5 or 6. It's just the system's just working so much, the soil is just it's become super fertile. I'm not sure, so that's again where I'll be doing some more research in the next few years. And around the edge, we've done a bit more planting this year, but I love the self-evolving, self-organising state that this glasshouse does, because everything grows in here in such a rampant way, you can't possibly control it. So a lot of things self-seed and grow. So we've got borage and calendula and nasturtium, and the New Zealand spinach. I leave a patch, and then it will just fill up with New Zealand spinach. What I did that first winter is I've planted it up 3-dimensionally. So around the edge we've got peaches and apricots that yield a huge amount. So last couple of years I've picked 100 kilos of peaches a year in here, and I sell them in Stoke Newington, and everybody has lots of blinis. which we've discovered is a very nice drink. White peach pulp with Prosecco. Apricot Centre is made from shipping containers, which was is a waste product at Felixstowe Docks. They throw them out, and a local company refurbished them for us by cutting the ends off and putting some windows in, and it just brought the building costs right down to about a third of what they normally would be. It's got a sedum roof, and the ceramic stove in there obviously is uses, well, we managed to heat the centre in part from fuel.